We're bringing baby Cole to another nursery.
Hello everyone and welcome again to the Heucks Retreat Challenge. My name is Brett, and this past spring, the world fell into chaos. And there was only one thing that could be done to save humankind. Complete some chores around the church. And so to do that, I recruited some of our youth group members, putting the fate of the world in their clumsy little hands. Those members are Miss Ainsley Orr, Mr. Bryce Smith, and Mr. Cody Jensen. Y'all are not very enthusiastic tonight.
That plot sounded like a Disney Channel movie.
You did.
Oh, man. And to my left, he is a man that makes stop-motion films on YouTube. The one who is in charge of all this madness, Mr. Colin Beeson.
Hi, Brett.
Hi. You have a little fun with your dolls in the videos?
Action figures, Brett. They're action figures.
I'm sure they are. Yeah, we talk a lot. We ask our contestants a lot of questions throughout this series, but we haven't really asked you many questions. Tell us, how'd you get into the stop-motion films?
Well, I had some action figures laying around, and I've always been into superheroes and stuff. So
Okay, time out. Who's your favorite superhero?
Captain Spider-Man. You're my favorite superhero, Brett.
Thank you. I expected nothing less, honestly. So then, we are cruising towards the end of the Heucks Retreat Challenge. And as we finish up our video task today, live task next week to determine the champion, I might need a refresher on where we are at points-wise. Colin, can you give me that?
Yes. So, as of right now, Ainsley is sitting at 16 points at the top, and Bryce and Cody are right behind her with 15 points each.
Don't call it a comeback. Cody, you were down and out for the longest time. How does it feel to be right back in the thick of things?
I mean, it's right where I should be.
Oh my goodness, simply incredible. But can he keep it up? We are going to find out here soon. But before we do that, we have the all-important question of the week. The question that is on every single person's minds, that boggles all of our hearts. And that question is, can you be friends with your boss?
Yes.
Yes.
No. I mean, Jesus is my boss, and I'm friends with him.
There's the Christian answer.
Yeah. I mean, why couldn't you be? What if you have like the cool? What if you have like the cool boss, and when it's like the dude from The Office, Michael from The Office?
Would you really want to be friends with him?
Dwight wanted to be his friend.
Are you Dwight?
No. No.
Well, I know it can be, because Brett's my best friend.
Oh my goodness gracious. You just keep believing that, buddy. Okay?
I believe in Brett.
It's just how it goes. Let's get on with the task, shall we? Colin, tell me what these three are going to be up to today.
Well, to go with the weather, I would say things would get a little cold.
I don't know.
Wait, where's the clue? Right under there. Oh, I see it now. Make this block of ice disappear.
Your fastest time wins. Your time starts now. Disappear? Like gone from sight or like?
I'm just gonna I just put this in the oven.
It does. Make this block of ice disappear. Your fastest time wins. Your time starts now. up, Colin!
Oh my gosh.
Does that count as being disappeared?
What's the task say?
Yeah, I'm done. Stop the time.
It didn't disappear.
Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, I thought you meant to break it.
Cody, in what world does disappear mean to break something?
Well, I made ice cubes. I broke the ice block, so there was no more ice block. Time should have stopped. I think I win.
Unfortunately, it didn't say ice block. It just said make this block of ice, the ice itself, disappear. And you did not make that ice disappear so quickly, unfortunately. I know that's so sad. Colin, just so we're all clear on what we're doing here, can you give me a definition of what it means to disappear?
Of course, to disappear, it means to cease to exist or not be visible.
So they couldn't have just tossed it in the dumpster, right?
Yeah, because we could easily open it and see it.
There you go. That makes complete sense to me. So then, who is going to start us first?
I thought we'd start with Cody and Bryce.
That usually works. It's not working. It's gonna be a while. What else can I do? Let me think. So disappointed. I thought I just had to break it. Wait, how? Freaking break it up into smaller pieces. Dang. I'm gonna go break it again. Get it smaller. Not hot. Not good enough. It's disappeared. Let's go.
I can see ice.
What do I just do now? Wait for the sun to melt it. We're gonna be here for a couple hours.
Why isn't it melting?
Well, I'm done. So we can wait for the ice to melt for a couple hours.
I'm not finished. So good.
Let's go. No, I would have had it 3 minutes earlier, but it was just sitting in that sink, those two sinks, and there was holes in them. So. Well, I understood it wrong. I thought I just had to break the ice. I don't understand disappearment. Not visible. Hey, you want to throw it to me? Throw it. Throw it. Show me the clock. How? There's no more ice left, bro. Well, this is probably done by now.
If the clock is still going.
Are you done? I'll stop it if you're done.
I said I was done last time and you stopped it. And then you continued it once I left.
Alright, I'm just gonna stop it.
Yeah. Watch him start it again.
I'm done.
Good job, Cody.
So disappointed. Shouldn't have thrown off of that thing. So many other things I could have done. You were standing there and the clock was going. I saw it in your hand before you even looked at me.
Life's not fair.
So you're telling me he didn't know it wasn't melted in the bathroom?
Oh,
It
I
could have
know.
melted.
We were keeping an eye on it.
So, life is most certainly not fair.
I'm not talking to you again.
I have a couple things noted that we need to really hit on before we move on. First, Cody, you
Why does it
didn't.
like this microphone?
Cody, you didn't realize that disappear meant not visible.
Well, you know, like I said, I tried to just break the ice block and the ice cubes, and the ice block disappeared.
Rough go at it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You looked really depressed pouring that water out there at the end.
Yeah, I was sad. See the time that I
I
got?
think some new ice was going to grow water and like that.
What?
Well, like when you water plants, they grow.
No.
I'm kidding. It was a bad joke.
Oh, man. Bryce, you seemed very unhappy during this task.
Yeah. There was a piece of ice this small, Brett, on the floor.
They went out into my grandma's backyard and found the ice I chunked out there.
Oh, me. Bryce. You seem so unhappy.
That's because I am. I don't seem, I am.
I have a feeling you're going to be very unhappy in a second.
Earlier in the lasted there for at least an hour.
It was an hour. But, so there was still some ice on the concrete, and we couldn't stop the secondary timer until that was gone.
Oof.
I tried to
Heartbreaking.
help him play that.
Heartbreaking. And so we had Bryce still having a piece of ice in the bathroom that he just missed. And sadly, Colin even was kind of hinting at it in the video. He was like, and Bryce just missed it. Cody, I wish we could say things were better for you, buddy.
There's no way there was another piece of ice out there.
Yeah, there were still pieces of ice in the grass, and we couldn't stop the timer.
There was a lot of pieces of ice in the grass, and we could not stop the timer until they were all melted. Heartbreaking. Do
We
you
had the sun to melt mine. You're
Colin,
in the bathroom.
Do you have the times?
Yes. The last bit of Bryce's ice disappeared at about 44 minutes and 36 seconds. The last bit of Cody's disappeared at 42 minutes.
Yes!
Wow. That sun just helped it that little bit more. And the worst part is, when Bryce said, I'm done for the last time, I saw the clock, and it said 13 minutes, which meant it sat there for another good 30 minutes without melting.
I'm not speaking again.
I'm not speaking again. Yeah, I'm just going to talk to the hand.
The hand says you lost, Bryce.
So
Nobody asked you,
sad. But now, we have Ainsley. Did she do as bad as the boys?
Let's find out.
This is a little boring. Because I feel like it's going to mess up the oven if I put it in the oven. It's going to put water everywhere. So I don't want to do that. I want to put it in the oven so bad. I know how to work the stove. My mom taught me. It's starting to melt. Yes! And salt. And melt snow. I think the boys just like leave it out in the sun. Besides breaking it up into pieces and then melting it, that's the only thing that I know. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness, I was so happy for a second. I thought a screwdriver. I mean, my mom, on April Fool's Day, she froze our cereal. Me and Braxton, me and my brother, she froze our cereal. And when we didn't have anything to eat, she just left us with frozen cereal. And the spoons were stuck in it, so we were like, this is a great day. So, now I'm in the same situation, and all me and my brother had to do was wait. I do not know what else you know ice with. Disappear? What do you mean disappear? Does it mean melt, or does it mean like, I chunk? Disappeared. I found a screwdriver, and I used to do this in my freezer. I used to get a hammer and I used to, I mean, it's like ice going everywhere. You might either get burned like I did when I was little, and I put my whole hand on a pan that was baking in the oven to impress my mom. Or you might get shot in the eye with ice. And I went to Iowa and it was freezing cold. Thankfully, I have ski stuff. Clearly not breaking anymore. I can't. Oh yeah.
What was that?
What's
I don't even know what I was doing.
Went over the fan or whatever.
Well, I'm glad that was unopened.
Don't look at me like that.
Why does he have to do that?
So, I genuinely have so many questions after that. We'll just start with your strategy, okay, with how you did it. You decide to melt it in a big pot.
Yes.
Not a bad strategy.
No.
Then you think, you know, it will probably melt faster if I break it into a lot of pieces and do this. And then you don't do it. Then you get this, like, screwdriver and you just start slapping it on there for a while.
Don't forget the lighter.
No lighter.
And then the other ball on top of it.
And then to make it all things worse, the strategy that genuinely isn't that bad, instead of dumping the water out and letting that ice hit the hot surface and melt quick, you just let the ice float around in the water for a good while in like some like lukewarm water instead of actually doing anything.
Well, at some point, water's gonna boil. That's what I was thinking.
Not when it's
Big
ice.
ice chunk.
Not when it's ice.
Please go home, fill a pot with ice, and let me know how your boiling water goes.
And not to mention the salt. You said that salt would be a good idea to put on the ice to make it melt.
You know, like they put like the salt on the road.
The salt
That's to
keeps
keep it
ice
from
from
freezing.
forming. It doesn't make it melt. In some cases, it'll actually make it colder.
Yeah.
Like whenever you're making homemade ice cream.
Because I don't know what I was doing.
So that's just part of the questions I have though.
Tell us.
That's not getting into the questions of like, one, how the heck did you inevitably eat frozen cereal? Two,
We didn't.
why would you ever try to impress someone by putting your hand on a hot pan in a stove?
I wasn't. I was little, and
And three, what does Iowa have to do with anything?
because Iowa snows a lot.
What?
It does.
How does that have to do with anything we were doing?
Ice and snow.
No, oh no. Just please, Colin.
Can I at least tell my burning hand story?
No.
Well, despite her rambling and poor execution, her time did get the least with
Please.
19 minutes and 2 seconds.
I remember it being 30.
While that number is incredibly weak, and I'm disappointed in all of you, it is good enough for first today. That's going to put Ainsley in first, Cody in second, and Bryce in third.
I thought I was going to lose this challenge.
Hey, it's not over
A
yet.
very, very crucial win for Ainsley here. She can secure her victory as she secures first place in this next video challenge. In our last video challenge, in fact. Colin, what is our last challenge going to be?
Around things flipped, fun would be I thought
What?
that.
He just said it backwards.
Okay. Here we go.
Film something that would look cool in reverse.
You have 30 minutes.
Your time starts now. Thankfully, I've watched a lot of videos that have been in reverse. I did a lot, and I love them. But I don't know. Wait, how much time did I have?
30 minutes.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Wish we had done this earlier. That big ice block would look pretty cool.
This is not a part of my thing.
I want to destroy something. Let's see what we have.
Now, Cody, I know this challenge hasn't always gone as you would have liked. But you want to destroy something.
Yeah. Wait, I have a question. Was it the big ice block that like I threw off or whatever? Was that in the freezer?
No, you did this after the ice.
I know that, but where was it before? Like you set it outside.
Yeah, it was in the freezer.
So if we would have done this before, and I would have opened the freezer to destroy something, and I hypothetically grabbed the ice block.
No, that's why we didn't do it before.
See, they're smart,
Yeah.
unlike us.
He looked at me when he said he wanted to destroy something. I genuinely felt a little scared.
I mean,
Just nice Colin.
I think everyone here is a little bit like concerned for Cody right now. Like, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you need to talk?
Maybe.
You know, this is a welcoming, but we love you. We care for you, buddy.
That sounded so fake.
Would you like to start and see what Cody did?
Yes, please.
Are we not playing it in reverse?
That was reverse.
So you ran backwards, leapt 10 feet into the air, and pretty much did a solid dunk. I like
Another
it.
ball.
I mean, imagine if we did play it in reverse, right?
That's what I'm saying.
That was actually really good. Can you tell me a little bit about the thought process that went into this?
Well, I sat there, I know, for at least a solid 5 minutes of thinking of things to destroy, but then that wasn't going to work out, so I was like, well, maybe if I dunk a basketball backwards, like, you know, but not actually do it, it'd look pretty cool. And then the rim would have snapped in the front. So then I just hung.
Pretty good, pretty good. I liked it personally. I hope y'all did too. Colin, who's next for us?
Let's go with Bryce.
I'd say that looked pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
I loved it.
Yeah.
What was that?
I feel like you really captured the reverse angle of this challenge. I think you did that really, really good. Colin, what was he using there?
Well, he was using baking soda, which originally he was gonna try and light and I guess catch the church on fire or something. Yeah, it didn't really work out pretty well, so he went with that.
And I think that was personally for the better because one, I thought the video was pretty good. Two, while a burning down church in reverse might be interesting, would have cost a lot more for our finances. We did not want to do that. Now then, before we go, Bryce, did this come out as well as you'd hoped?
I mean, if it would have been zoomed in a little bit, it would have looked a lot better. But besides that, I'm fine with it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Finally, our last video of the series. We come down to Ainsley. Now, typically throughout the course of this challenge, the last person has either done something incredible or looks like an idiot.
I'm praying for an idiot.
Which one is it going to be this time, Colin?
Well, I didn't actually do it because of one of those.
Really? Why'd you do it?
I did it because I started it.
Not bad at all. But I'd love if you could explain some of the story to me.
What?
What's the story of your video?
I wanted to do something like a fighting scene, like out of like a Marvel movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got Colin to help me, and we kind of did it a few times.
So is Colin like a zombie Captain America then?
I was thinking more of a pirate.
I guess.
They used to call me Creeper, Captain Creeper back in school, but I kind of outgrew that. So what am I now?
Great, Ainsley. You just sent Colin into an identity crisis all over your video. What are we going to do with him?
But it was pretty fun.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I think Ainsley deserves last place.
So, I think by far, easy first place goes to Bryce here.
Sure.
He's going to take that one. But that gives me a really tough situation with Cody and Ainsley. Personally, Colin, I think both of them did very well. I think they both captured what the challenge was about. And really, I feel like the only reason I would give Cody third is because his was shorter. But that wasn't the challenge. Like, it didn't have a time limit challenge. So I'm kind of stuck on what I should do here.
Well, you're the boss. I guess you could give them both 2 points.
No! I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think Ainsley and Cody are going to get 2 points. That's going to bring the scores to 21 for Ainsley, 19 for Bryce, and 19 for Cody. That means
I win.
going into the live task next week.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
You
you
didn't
gotta do
win
this
yet.
to me?
Going into the live task next week, Ainsley.
She knows you won.
Ainsley must get first or second to secure her victory,
Clutch up.
while Cody and Bryce have to stop her to force
I
a
say
tie break.
that either one
I
of
don't
us
like
win,
this.
she can't win.
Why you gotta do this to me?
Well, next week they're going to come together for the prize of pride, glory, $100, and for the first time, I can officially announce that we have the stupendous Heucks Retreat Challenge 2020 trophy that one of these three is going to be taking home. And I can promise you, when it is revealed next week here at the gathering, they are going to want it. With that said, we'll see you next week here live at the gathering.